Okay, so so now we put our time. Let me talk about the Precious Family Foundation. Precious Family Foundation is an organization, the non-governmental organization dedicated towards things. So, advantage of young people through scholarships, through seminars, through leadership like this one. Okay, give me another example. So, PF's goal is to reach out to young people, make them better leaders, equip them with the right tools to be better leaders tomorrow. Be able to lead from their place, from their community, from where they are, causing change from where they are, not waiting for tomorrow to do that. Personally, even if you're with the leader, you are the leader of state, you are the leader of the present. Before we even talk about the future, say leaders of tomorrow. No, now you are the leader. So that's all about PFF briefly. So you can call out on www.preciousfountain.org and check Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn at Precious Fountain Foundation. You can check us out to see other things that we do. So that's all. That's all as PFS. So please, I would love us to introduce ourselves in the chat box so that we know that okay, we are here with human beings. This is the first day of the term, and I want us to have an awesome experience. An awesome experience. We'll be hearing from we'll be hearing from a phenomenal leader today, and tomorrow we'll be hearing from a higher phenomenal. Oh, this leadership bootcamp is so packed, like it's so packed. It's so packed for us as student leaders, for us as leaders in our various niches. So I know the introduction has started from the WhatsApp group chat where I asked everyone to introduce themselves with what they do. And it's really amazing to already see that most of us are already doing a lot. Like we're already doing a lot. We are not just waiting for that particular right time. We have already started from where we are, and it's really something to applaud and be happy for. Yes. Okay, so right about now I'll be calling on our speaker so that we don't waste much time, because we don't want to take so much time in this particular session this night, so that we can be able to rest and prepare for tomorrow. Okay, so this leadership retreat will be for 2 days. Today, which is happening now, and then tomorrow will be by 2 p.m. At African Center for Excellence. African Center for Excellence is a Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So we'll still give us more information on the group chat. I know that I told us that the venue is with head and all, but more information is coming on the group chat later on. Okay, so right about now, we'll be calling on our speaker, Soporishi Christian. Okay, so I'll be reading his bio, his profile. Please, I want, as I'm reading this profile, please, you can, I'm already seeing some people responding in the chat box. Please, you can, jam your hands, like give thumbs up, welcome the speaker in the chat box. Put an emoji that you love, that shows you are happy, that shows you are appreciative of this moment. Is we close this registration on time because we did not want large number of people, because it's not about the number, it's about the impact. Even if it's just one person, two people that we have impact with the right to, we'll be very happy we did that, because without one person, without two persons, without three persons, the world will be a better place to live in. So we closed the registration on time, and we were sent mails and we added to a group chat. So is not for everyone. It means that we are special kind of selected, special set of persons. So you should be happy, you should be grateful that you are here. Okay, so right about now, I'll be talking about our speaker before I call him up. Mr. Soprushi Christian effortlessly wears many hats as the president of the Precious Fountain Foundation. He champions leadership development among young people in developing countries. Simultaneously, he serves as a professor at OP Jindal University, imparting knowledge and shaping minds, and is a PhD student. Soprishi's academic pursuits take him across continents. He divides his time between Nigeria and Canada, where he pursues a PhD at the University of British Columbia. His dedication extends to family. He's married to Yanoluwa and is a proud father to the delightful Oniyeshi. Under his leadership, PFF has flourished and is poised to leave an indelible mark on developing nations worldwide. Soprishi's unwavering commitment of growth and impact is evident in the dynamic PFF team and the commitment they bring to changing the world. So if your hands are not too busy, and if you are happy to be here tonight, please give a clapping ovation for Soprushi Christian, popularly known as Uncle Sop. Keep on clapping till he Uncle Sop, the floor is yours. Keep on clapping, keep on clapping. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. If you know you want to do more than he has done, keep on clapping. Just keep on clapping. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Uncle Sop, the floor is yours. Welcome, sir. We are glad to have you here.
All right. Thank you so much. Sometimes I wonder who they're reading the bio of. That seems like somebody I would like to listen to. Um, could you let me know if you can audibly hear me? If you
Yes,
cannot,
I can hear you. You can.
okay, thank you. Just type in the chat that you can hear me. Some of you were my former students, but I don't know if some of my students are still around or you guys have all graduated, but it's it's a beautiful thing to be here again and be talking with all of you. There is a reason why we wanted to hold this event for OAU students alone. Obviously, because my heart is with OAU students, but also because of I know how much you can carry, how much capacity you carry. And I feel like OAU will be a pivotal institution that will lead Nigeria. Like I believe that this institution is really good, is really great. And people who are in the institution, students like you are highly motivated. And so we are starting with you, more like a pilot process. I know you are writing exams, so I promise you we will finish before 9 o'clock so that you can leave and read your books and pass very well and become leaders tomorrow because I don't want any of you failing. It's really important for me that you don't fail. And we closed the registration because we needed just 50 people. Instead of 50, we got 80 registrations, and I felt bad about having to write rejections to 30 people. You know, if we need only 50, we have 80 registrations. I will send rejections to 30 students, and I didn't want to do that. So I just closed it so that nobody can apply. And we try to make sure that you that have applied will be present here. We had 50 people expected today, but we have 32 people on this call, which is also okay. Around more than I envisaged. I thought we'd just have like 20 because of internet problems, downloading Zoom and all that. However, tomorrow you'll be hearing from Professor Fatusi face to face. And Professor Fatusi comes with a lot of experience for young people. If you would do anything, be there by 2 o'clock and make sure you listen to him. The venue is highly exclusive. You can't get in there except to bring you in. And so make sure you hold on to your email that we'll be sending later today because that will bring you in. Without much ado, I will have to go on to what I have to talk about. Please have your pen ready, have your papers ready. Ask me questions. You can raise your hand and ask me questions. You can type a question in the chat and I'll quickly attend to it. Chine will also be looking out for questions for me, and I hope that two of us can talk about this together. So first of all, housekeeping, that is rules that you have to know about. If you register today, then you're eligible to attend tomorrow's in-person event. We'll be giving out palliatives to the first 50 attendees. Obviously, we know there may be more than 50 people there. We hope to have 50, but if there is more than 50, then we cannot give out the palliatives as we envisioned. Palliatives are things that we give you to help you eat for some days of school. It's not going to feed you forever, but it will just feed you for some time. So we have food stuff that we bought, raw food stuff, not actual rice and beans, but we bought raw food stuff for you. So be there, come in on time. If you are there on time, you will be able to get one and then sit and listen to Professor Fatus. But if you don't come on time, you will not be able to get any palliative. We'll give the palliative away on a first come, first serve basis. That is, if you come in the, even though you've registered, if you come late, there will be nothing for you, and nobody is going to keep anything for you, and nobody is going to attend, collect for another person. We're not going to do that. If you show up, we give you. If you are not there, nobody will give you. Even if we come tomorrow and we don't see anybody to give our palliatives to, we'll go home and eat the food ourselves. But we are hoping that the students will show up on time, dress really well, and then as you come, we give you your palliative, you go in, you sit down. Again, nobody is keeping anything for anybody. If you know anybody in PFF, they will not help you. You need to show up in person and get what is yours. And we want to also be sure that you've registered. We say you may bring one guest with you. So if you know somebody that believes in leadership that you know should benefit from what we are talking about today, bring them. Don't bring more than one, just bring one person. And make sure that you come with somebody, if possibly somebody that is leadership inclined, somebody you know deserves to listen to Professor Fatus, somebody you know carries a lot of content with them. Just one person, not two, not three, one person. And two of you can get palliatives together, but you have to be on time again. As I said, is on a first come, first serve basis. That means if you show up, we give you. If you show up on time, you get. If you don't show up on time, nothing will be given to you and nothing will be reserved for anybody. We just make sure we give you as you show up. Now, somebody said they did not get any email. I want you to be sure that we send out the email tonight. And if you're in the group chat, then you are currently involved in here. You can also show evidence that you're in the group chat and you'll be welcome in. But as far as you're in the group chat, that means that you are allowed to come in and take your palliative. A point I will mention is to dress appropriately. So we don't want you to wear slacks and sag your trousers and no, no, no. Dress the way that a leader would dress. We want to take pictures and be sure that, oh, these people are looking like people that have a future. So you dress like the future you see yourself in. If you see yourself as a terrorist, please don't come. But we are hoping you will see yourself as somebody that will have a bright future, and we look forward to having you. Please dress very well, dress like a leader, dress like somebody that will be taken seriously, and carry yourself with panache and come in. I am hoping that out of the conversation we'll be having tomorrow and later today, that a president can come out of it. Somebody that really wants to make a difference in the life of everybody around them. And please, please take it very seriously. And when you are coming tomorrow, if you are bringing someone, let them dress well too. We don't want to have people that are not properly dressed, that don't look the part. And yeah, that's that. And why are we doing this? We want to start a PFF leadership network. What that means is that we are looking for motivated individuals who can lead other young people. Um, Part of the things that a network does for you is that it creates accountability. I want OAU students to begin to look at each other and inspire each other to greatness. So if you have a group, a network of PFF leaders that think of themselves as leaders and are doing great things, if you're in that network together, you guys can say, man, what event can we do? What can we put on together? I'm creating groups of people who will be great in the future. So you guys see this greatness, but you don't know whether it will happen yet. So it is good to come together and begin to inspire people. Oh, I'm going to write a book before I finish. Or I'm going to put on a leadership event before I finish. Or I'm going to win an award. I'm going to get a grant. I'm going to travel to present a paper. These are the things that the kind of conversations I want to be happening in that leadership network. It will be a group of leadership network. If you look at the world today, as I speak to you, the people that are running the White House, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, all of these guys, they were together in South Africa. They went to university. Many of them met each other in Princeton, the university they went to. And they continued as a network, helping each other, applying for things together. And none of them is not a billionaire. All of them are billionaires now. All of them. Billionaires, and they are controlling the White House. My point is that I'm not using that as a good example, or I'm just explaining that this is what has happened. And I believe you can build a network with your friends. It's really important, and that you inspire each other to good works, to greatness. Like I want a group of people that will think of, man, in the next 30 years, I'm going to be president, you will be governor, you will be this, you will be that. Now let's start building ourselves to become that person that we see in the future, starting from this network. When you leave OAU, you hand it over to other people. Continue that network building yourself. And we are hoping that you can be interested in this network. If you're in this network, you look at the problems of Nigeria and decide that you solve one of them. You can say, I will take care of education in Nigeria. Make sure that children who enter school actually learn to read. Or something else, like I don't care what the problem is that you are really passionate about, but you should have a mindset to remove that problem through political action, economic action, starting a business, starting an NGO, bringing people together, leading. And so you'll be organizing leadership events. By this time next year, I'm expecting that people in this network will be the one in charge of hosting an event like this. You should be able to go to radio and talk to young people, hold events, talk to each other, work with PFF teams, you know. And if you're interested in something like this, when you come in tomorrow, meet any of our PFF people. They'll quickly lead you on a conversation towards that. This is actually part of the main reasons we are holding this leadership event. We are looking for leaders. And so we are looking at recruiting leaders. We know for sure it won't be everybody. We don't want it to be everybody. So that by the time you are in a controlled crowd, you can ask questions. You can look your speaker in the face and ask serious questions. Get him to talk to you one-on-one. I don't want too many crowd and people who are lost in the crowd. No, 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 no. Speak to the leader that is speaking, get information from him, and build the confidence you have to take the word down. Many of you who are in this call already know that somehow there is more than what you are doing. You know it. You can already feel that call of destiny. Like you know you will do great things, but maybe you don't know how to go about it. You're just sitting in the classroom and you know, man, my life is going to be interesting. You can sense it. Some of you that can sense it, you are the one we are looking for. If you can't sense anything, you better start. You can see in your life that, man, my life is going to be really, really great. But I don't know, how do I go about it? You are the one we're looking for, and you are the point of this conversation. I want to stop here and ask if you have any questions before I dive into it. Does anybody have any questions so far? Starting from how tomorrow's event is going to look like, what is required, the time, the venue, and this thing I'm talking about now for PFF Leadership Network. If you have any question, let me know. You can raise your hand and I will unmute you, or you can drop your question in the chat.
Please, let's drop our questions in the chat box.
Yes, if you have any question, just drop it in the chat or raise your hand and I will let you talk and you can ask me questions based on what I've talked about now. Otherwise, I'm just going to step it up.
Morphine, do you want to ask something?
Okay, so we have a question
Olamide,
on
you
how do we
okay.
send our CV. So what you will just do is, Chinel will drop our email address on the chat or in your WhatsApp group, and you drop your message there. For somebody who is about to graduate, then we will need to have a conversation on what that means. When are you graduating? Will you still be in Ife? Can you help us moderate this before you leave? There are many things we can talk about there. But send us your CV in an email. If you don't know how to do that, we can teach you. There are many people that don't know how to send an email, and we can support them to send emails. So, um, sending your emails, your CV is not difficult. You send it to preciousfountainfoundation@gmail.com. Or you can drop this email address on the group chat as well for people to hit us up there as well. All right. Any more questions in that? Okay. So let's go. I will not be talking for too long because I'm hoping that most of the heavy lifting will be done by Professor Fatusi tomorrow. But there are a few nuggets I want to leave with you today that if you are somebody that has signed up to this conversation, you will never miss it. Now, um, before I do that, I want you to be ready for tomorrow. Come, be ready to ask meaningful, heart-to-heart questions. Ask Pastor Fatusi about his journey. Ask him what he has learned. Learn from him. He has basically been through it all. What you'll be in future, he's very likely been that. So you want to be able to listen to what he has to say. And you are the next generation. And when we say you are the next generation, I know in Nigeria, we usually joke about the fact that our leaders, the people who fought in the civil war of 70 years ago, are still there. But the truth is, they will leave one day. Even if they refuse to give up power, we can chase them out or death will take them. But in the end, eventually it will be our turn one day. And please be there and be ready, especially if you know that your life has more to offer. You feel it strongly in your spirit that you have more to offer. Send us an email and tell us what you've done so far, and we can work with you. And so, talking about leadership, how many of us have seen a football match before? We see a football match, there are so many people watching. There are people watching you very like I've never been in a field, an actual international football match. I've never watched one, but I've seen a lot on TV in my room or wherever, in a sitting room, in a place where people watch this. So many people are watching a football match from different parts of the world. There are in the field thousands of people, maybe hundreds or thousands of people sitting. They leave whatever they are doing to come and watch the match in the football field. However, how many people are actually praying? There are 22 people playing. If all of them decide we are not going to play anymore, nobody will have anything to watch. So the people that make things happen are not as many people as the people that follow or people who watch idly by. There are millions watching, but only 22 people doing the work. So you can imagine. That's why we wanted just 50 people because we know for sure that 50 people can change the tide. You can sweep the tide in Nigeria, wherever. If there are 50 committed people, there is very little that can stop you. Only 22 people in the field, and how many people are even coaching these 22 people? Three or four coach, the coach of this team, the coach of that team. They are the ones that decide who is on that team, and the coach's decision can decide how the play can go. So a coach can decide that see Ronaldo will not play today, or he will bench him until the second half. You that is on your house watching the TV can't do anything about it. You can be screaming. You can even have a better idea than the coach, but nobody will listen to you because nobody can hear you. And that is the point of leadership. A, a person that is motivated will lead other people. If you don't have the mindset to lead, you will follow automatically. If you don't have the energy to stand strong and decide what you want for yourself, other people will go ahead of you and you will have no choice but to follow them. There will always be a few people that will make the hard decisions that others will follow. And in that sense, we understand that leadership is not mainly about title or positions. Leadership is more about understanding a problem and being willing to do something about it. You can be somebody that is entitled to something, and many times titles come with leadership. Don't get it wrong. If I bring you today and say you are the governor of so and so state, very likely you start behaving like a governor. But many times leadership goes beyond knowing a title or having fighting to get a title. And this is why in Africa today, not just in Nigeria, but Nigeria specifically, because we are all in OAU. In Nigeria today, the people that are given titles have no sense of what they are doing. You can imagine somebody that is a governor of a state and they are saying they don't have any money to build road. It's just like you are made a CEO of a corporation, like a state is a corporation, and you have 1 million people, employees that are ready to work free of charge sometimes. And you say, oh, all this manpower, all this human resource, all this vacant plot of land that has been given to you to manage for 4 years, you still can't make anything out of it because that person is not a leader. Is not a leader. The leadership is not there. The person does not understand what is the problem of the people and what can be done about it. Many of our African leaders, especially Nigerian leaders, are there to steal as much as they can. They are not about leading. They will give money to a few people to praise them and steal the rest of the money. But they don't understand the problem the people are facing because they just have titles. They have no leadership in them. A person who is a leader can create way more impact, not even being in office, than somebody who is in office. And from where you are, you can check it out in your classroom. Sometimes the person that is the class rep does not have any impact in what happens in class. The people that are listened to are the people that have shown that they have the mindset of helping the class. Leadership is not about title. I removed my heart from titles a long time ago. What I want to do is when I come into a place, I look for a problem around there and I begin to work on solving that problem. That's it. And it's easier to complain or pretend there is no problem. So there are two phases, people who complain a lot and people who pretend like there is no problem. Both of them are wrong. The people who complain a lot will not do anything to solve the problem. The people who pretend like there is no problem will also not do anything to solve the problem. There are people who are understanding that there is a problem and working very hard to do something about it. That is where you should come in. So even if Nigeria is corrupt and bad and all that, what are you helping to do to solve that problem? If you are not doing anything to help solve that problem, you don't even deserve to complain. Now, there are others that are pretending like Nigeria is great, everybody is enjoying. Those people are also as much problems as the other people. The key is when people wake up, when Africa wakes up to leaders that understand the problems and are doing things to solve that problem, that is when we have leadership really. And I'm hoping that everybody that partakes in this conversation tonight will be somebody that identifies a problem and wants to do something about it. So a leader is somebody that chooses to act so that life becomes better for those who come after. If anybody is coming after you, let's say you're in second year, your life should be to make life easier for people that will be in second year next year. That will show that you're a leader. You should be able to make sure that life is easier for year one students. That will show that you're a leader. You should be able to make sure that life is easier for people who are just writing work. And you have to be creative, use solutions around you to make that happen. Let me give you an example. When we were in the law school, we found out that there was no drafts. If you are still a law student here, you will know what I'm talking about very soon. There were no drafts for us to learn when we were in the law school. Drafts are kind of writings that lawyers do. If you're in the law school, you have to cram a lot of them, a lot of them. but there was nobody to help to create simple drafts for people. So me and my friends, we came together and we created drafts. We named it the class fund drafts. We created a lot of them so that you just go read it, cram it, and you can use it to pass your exams. Nobody did that for us, but we did that for the people coming after. Many years later, I asked a question, do those drafts still exist in the Kanu campus, Bagauta? And they said yes. But they didn't know that I was literally the one that stood and made sure that that draft was created. And I'm trying to let you know now that that is the mindset of somebody that wants to solve problems for the future. How will you make life better for second year students? Tell them the lecturers to avoid. Tell them the lecturers that are wicked. Tell them how to read. Connect them to people that read very well and passed. Make life easier for people coming after you, and you'll be a leader. Because in doing that, you also make life easier for yourself. That is the truth. If you notice somebody that is evil, call them out. Try and become a solution to a problem instead of a problem itself. I'm laying this foundation so that you all will understand that leadership is not about having a title. In case you are thinking, oh, I'm nothing, nobody made me anything, how can I be a leader? Don't worry about that. Your leadership is based on your ability to understand that there is a problem that needs to be solved. And you can't be in OAU and tell me there is no problem. I was there too, so I know there is a lot of problem. In fact, this leadership training is a response to a problem that we've understood in the life of OAU students. And I really, really hope that you will learn from what is going on here, look inwards, and decide on the problem that you'll be solving. The way Nigeria has a lot of problems is the way that God has made it that every Nigerian has a solution to that problem. Everybody, we all have solutions to that problem inside. Every single Nigerian is a solution to a Nigerian problem. If you don't bring out that solution within you, will keep suffering the effect of your indecision. Me, you, that is the solution. Somebody else. As far as we don't solve that problem that God has put in our head, we also make the world worse for ourselves. Now, why focus on personal leadership instead of general leadership? Because this conference or this training is talking about you being a leader for yourself, personal leadership. So why? Because personal leadership means looking inwards for solutions rather than waiting for somebody to save you. You are the salvation that you are waiting for. Hello? The salvation you are waiting for, somebody that will help you understand my books. I don't really understand my books. Go to the mirror, the person is there. So, my parents are poor. You are the solution. I don't know anything. Yes, you are the solution. This this course is really hard. You are the solution. There is no miracle that is coming. My GP is very low. You are the solution. Yes, the solution is you. Everything you need to solve the problems that occur to you personally is inside you already. And in consistently solving the problems that you encounter, you make life easier for people that come around you. Personal leadership forces you to consistently plan and make steady progress to build the future you envision. So if there is a future you are thinking of yourself, oh my goodness, in the future I'll be this, I'll be that. The consistent planning that you need to get there is what you need from personal leadership. Personal leadership will provide you that. That idea in the future that you need to create is inside you. And personal leadership forces you to focus on what you can control. Are there things you can be able to control? The answer is yes. What are those kind of things? Well, waking up in the morning and being in school on time, being able to sit down and read your book, dropping your phone from too much scrolling and TikToking. Nobody can do that. These are things that you can control. Being able to do that for yourself shows that your leadership is working. Your professors may not teach well, but you can learn from YouTube. It's your own responsibility to learn from YouTube. You may not be able to fix Nigeria's political system, but you can show up to class on time. There is a lot you can do on your own terms to show that you are personally leading yourself. That doesn't even have anything to do with things that are happening around you. I tell people to run themselves like I run myself like a company. Like if I'm running myself, SOP, Uncle SOP Incorporated, I'm the CEO. So any decision I take is in the best interest of what makes me a better person for tomorrow. And I know the future I'm planning for myself. God has given me the wisdom to look to the future and know the actions I should take today to bring myself to that future that I'm planning. And what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to do the things, sleep, wake up in a way that will make it easy for me to become the person I'm hoping to become tomorrow. Nobody needs to teach me that. And that is what I'm telling you today. This is the point of this conversation, that you become somebody that focuses on leading themselves, taking themselves on a journey to becoming the leader you are actually meant to be. So, what are some personal leadership nuggets? Personal leadership nuggets, because I want to finish on time so we can have a few minutes to take questions, and I'll leave you to go continue reading your books and prepare for tomorrow. What are some personal leadership nuggets? One, I will do what I say. This sounds really simple, but it's really hard. And this is a problem I see in every country I've gone to, that the people there are not developed. If the infrastructure is not good, if the people are not developed, if there is still dirt on the street, people are not doing what they say. You can say, what does this mean? You call yourself a student, but you never read anything. What do you think will happen to you? Your studies will suffer. And when your studies suffer, you start looking for a lecturer to give money to, or to, if somebody now wants to take advantage of you, it becomes easier for the person, because ultimately you don't do what you say. The lecturer himself that says, I'm going to teach you, is not teaching you. And so what that means is that the students are not learning. The lecturer is not doing what they say. And that ability to have integrity is missing. I don't want to use big words around it. There is no need to call it integrity or whatever. Just call it what it is, which is being able to do exactly what you say you are going to do. If I say I will be here by 8 o'clock, be here by 8 o'clock. Don't be here by 1 minute after 8. Calculate your journey so that you can be where you want to be at the time you said you'll be there. That is the least you can do. If you say, I will read my 10 chapters of my book, go and read 10 chapters of your book. Say it, do it. Don't say something and not do it. If you're a lawyer, be a lawyer. If you're an engineer, be an engineer. They shouldn't ask you, oh, are you an engineer? Yes. Or you do engineering stuff you can't do. But you say you're an engineer. What does that mean? I will wake up tomorrow. I will see you by 8 o'clock tomorrow. Do what you say. If you know you will not wake up tomorrow and see the person, tell the person, I'm sorry. I might see you tomorrow, but I'm not really sure. But call me in the morning. Do what you say is a very good way of making sure that, number one, what it does to your brain is it recalibrates your brain. Your brain begins to take you seriously. Before you now say something, you are aware of the consequences and the actions it will take for you to achieve that. And so you don't waste words. You don't promise everybody. You get what I'm saying? I can take this to any dimension, even the area of relationship. Many people say, I love you, but that I love you don't mean anything, because they can't do what the I love you means, what it takes from them. It doesn't mean anything. The actions you need to um, back up what you say is not there. And so you say a lot of things, but you don't do anyone. You are just a flippant talker. And you might think that, oh, in that little, I'm just a small girl, I'm just 15 years or 17 years or 20 years. What does it mean if I don't do what I say? Just relax. In the next 30 years, you are going to see the result of having mountains upon mountains of things said you didn't do. You know, when you said, I'll read that book, I'll read Things Fall Apart, you didn't read it. Now you're in university. There is no more time to read it because you are reading your books to pass your exam. When you finish from university, you are hustling to get a job. You said you will read it. One day you meet somebody and it's like, oh, you are from Nigeria. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you know Chino Achebe? You say, yeah, yeah, I know him. Have you read his book? No. But that was a promise you made to yourself many years ago. That's a very little example, but there are way more serious examples that people don't do what they say and it results in something really catastrophic. Build a lifestyle that does what you say so that before you make a promise, you'll be sure that you can take the action that that promise requires. A second one that is also very serious is taking yourself seriously. Not taking another person seriously, taking you seriously. What do I mean by that? The decisions that you make should be one that protects your well-being first. And this is why I don't understand the idea of cultism. I don't get it. How can you make a choice to join a group that can hurt you? How does that even make sense for you? Or somebody that sits down and is pouring alcohol into his mouth. You know, it shows you this person does not take themselves seriously. You know, I take myself so seriously, I won't even be around somebody that behaves in that manner. I won't be around you. If you are somebody that carries on in that way, I won't have anything to do with you. We can be acquaintances. You like me, you laugh at me, or you laugh with me, or whatever. But I keep you at a very strong distance because you are not somebody that takes yourself seriously, and I take myself way too seriously to associate with you. So my friends, the people I hang around with, are people of like mind, so that I will not ever be tempted to begin to look down on myself so much. I will make decisions that will impair my own well-being. I take myself really seriously. I take the actions I take about myself really seriously. When I tell myself something, I do it. If I say I'm going to clean up my room, I will clean it up. If I say I will read a book, I struggle and try myself to read it because I fundamentally take myself seriously. And that ties to the first point. Being able to do what I say will make me to begin to take myself seriously enough to also do what I say to myself. And in that manner, I'm building a solid personal character. And the third point is I will prepare and plan for the outcomes I want. If I want something, I will prepare for it. I tell people that even at this my age, and I've had years of learning towards law, like I've had many years of legal training and all that. If I decide I'll make a 360 today and become an engineer tomorrow, I will still become an engineer. I will go and do what it takes. I will prepare, I will plan, I will sit on it. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. In order to make sure that this conversation we're having today works, we've been planning this for a long time, oh, since last year. It's not like today that you saw the invite that it happened, because you needed to get the speakers together, you needed to get the venue together, you needed to get people to register, there are many things that go behind the scene to make a smooth conversation like this happen. And so when I know that one day I want to speak to OAU students on leadership, I begin to make the actions that are necessary to make that happen. And so proper preparation will prevent poor performance. Proper planning will negate poor outcomes. If something is possible, make the effort to make it happen. How I talk about this, especially with students who say they want to get a scholarship abroad. I say, okay, are you writing any papers? No, you don't know how to write any paper. Are you volunteering for any organization? No. Are you even reading your book so that your scores will be great? No. By the time you come out of school, your results are really poor. You don't have any background in anything, and the future you are looking for is going to be very removed from you because you didn't make any effort for that future. And whenever you wake up and start planning is when the time for that event starts running for you. So if you want to travel abroad when you finish school immediately, you will not be able to do it if you get to that point and you've not made the appropriate plan that traveling abroad requires. And that is one example. If you are somebody that needs a job in a top firm, you want to work in, say, a Slumberger or something like that, are you making the effort that your school result will match that of somebody that has to work in Slumberger tomorrow? Are you taking the effort? Because Preparation and planning is what will give result to the outcome that you want. A realistic preparation and planning. It can take 5 years, but at least you know you're on track. I have this future that I'm seeing for myself, and I'll begin to work towards it. When I finished, I left university in 2012, but I know I wanted to teach in a university. Now, I didn't know anybody, I didn't have any connections, but I knew that immediately I finished my youth service, I will go and do a master's degree, even if it is the last thing I do, even if I don't have any money. I said I will eat grass and be doing it. And I nearly did eat grass while I was doing it because I really didn't have any money. But I knew that there was an outcome that going to do a master's degree will prepare me for. Do you get what I'm saying? And you don't just say, oh, my life is no. There must be outcomes. There must be things you plan for yourself, and you must be ready to pull this guy down. That is yourself. Put yourself down to take the action that the future you are looking for requires. And you can do this for every aspect of your life: relationship, marriage. If you, these steps I'm giving you now, you can use it to get somebody in a relationship with you. Does this person do what they say? Do they take themselves seriously? Do they prepare? If they want a good marriage, are they chatting with different girls? You can't say you want a good marriage, but you can't commit to one person. You can take it out in your academic and say, this person says they want a really good result. Are they doing what they say? Are they showing up in class well? Do they have plans to read in a way that will give them the result that they are looking for? Are they doing night class? Are they discussing with friends? Are they writing exams? Like I see many students, you say you want a good result, and all the answers you are given is in half page. How can you write half page and expect that the lecturer will give you the full mark? Even if you did write really well, most lecturers want you to write at least 2.5 pages. So what do you do? Any question, write everything you remember inside, everything about that topic. Don't say, oh, no, write 2.5 pages for every question. Be fast, take off immediately your answer sheet comes to you, but make sure that you write 2.5 pages. That's how you, any of you that is a student here writing an exam very soon, try it. 2.5 pages for every answer. Then bring your result for me. Let me see. Half pages is not going to cut it. It's not. Don't say I answered the question. No. You must write at least 2.5 pages for you to be able to have the outcome you're looking for as a student. And this is part of the things I talk about, which is taking yourself seriously and preparing for the outcome I want. But then let's say you do everything that I've said and you still fail. What do? You try again. Simple. You try again. Failure is part of the journey. The way I think of no or failure is just try again. I'm going to do it again. I will put more effort. I will learn from my mistake. What did I not do right the first time? We'll do it again. If this event doesn't work, next year we'll do it again. You know, I'm not going to stop because of one mistake or one bad thing or one error. No, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to write to one professor, please, will you supervise me? He said no. I'll write to another person and another person and another person because I know that I'm on the right track. Except if I'm doing something wrong. What did I do? I do self-evaluation. Where did I make a mistake in doing this? What did I not read well? Was I able to cover the entire syllabus for this semester? Did I do discussion class? Did I check the past questions? Did I test the past questions and mark myself very well? No. Let me do it again. I will do it again. And so I don't waste too much time in crying because of a mistake because I know I will do it again and I'll become better at it. Right. So a leader's progress lifts others up. If you're a leader and you go further in life, you drag everybody with you. They all are better because of you. If not for anything, they have now learned how to do it better for themselves. Africa is waiting for people like you, children who understand the weight of leadership. You are Africa's children. There is no Africa without you. There is no spiritual Africa. Africa is not the soil. Africa is you. If they say Africa is bad, this and that, they are referring to you. And when you understand the heaviness of that problem on Africa and you begin to work harder to escape out of it, it is time for Africa to rise because you are rising. And then I want to tell you that if you took the time to register for this event with all the questions we asked you, and you registered and you answered everything, you have what it takes to be a leader. And I want you to promise yourself that from here, you will build a meaningful life. Even if it is just this conversation that you listen to, you fight for a glorious future for yourself, your family, your nation, and the continent that believes in you. And trust me, Precious Fountain Foundation is here to work with you. We want you to make it happen. You get what I'm saying? There is no spiritual rising. They say systems. There is no Nigeria hiding anywhere. If you remove all the Nigerians from Nigeria, it's just a plot of land. There is nobody inside. There is no Nigeria on a plot of land that nobody is inside. You are Nigeria. And if you make the progress, Nigeria makes progress. If they say the country's GDP is rising, it means the people inside are making more money. It's not just a plot of land. OAU is not a plot of land. If all of you leave tomorrow, the school will shut down. That's the truth. If all of you verse and say we are no more doing, and you step out, the school will shut down. So the OAU is you. Abia State or your state, whatever state it is that you come from, you are the state. You are the person that requires for the nation to rise. And by the time you take yourself seriously enough, start doing what you say, gathering yourself together, that is when we move forward. And I'm rooting for you. I'm really, really hoping that you will make the necessary steps to lift yourself up and take the time to go the extra mile, because there is so much you carry that if you waste it, I will also be affected because I will not be benefiting from what you carry. And then this is where I end my conversation. I told you I will stop before 9 p.m. And yes, I've stopped. And I really, really want to know if any of you have any question, comments, suggestions on any of the things I've mentioned here, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Please, can we like type in the chat box? Thank you. Type in what you have learned. Me, I learned that leadership is not by position. So just type in what you have learned thus far this night. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you so much. Okay, you can put in your clapping emojis. So questions, comments. It's time for questions, for comments, for whatsoever you want to say. If you learn something, you can say it. If you want to ask question, you go ahead and signify. So you'll be called up to ask, or you can type it in the chat box.
Yeah, I'm willing to listen to
Okay,
your
someone
questions.
said I will
There
start
are
doing what I say and take myself so seriously. Okay.
there are no stupid questions. I want to hear from you because I really want to learn. I want to learn from what you have to say. And yeah, please ask me anything based on what we've learned so far. If you want to do this, raise your hand if you want to speak, and or ask a question. I will be able to hear you.
Okay, Johnson, do you want to talk? You said you have comment to make. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Hello, Johnson Elizabeth. Can you hear me? You can unmute yourself and make your comments.
Yeah, just raise your hand and
Okay.
we'll be
Good
able to
evening, sir.
ask you to. Yeah, how are you?
Okay, good evening.
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much for these inspiring words. They are not just inspiring words, they are actually like words of life, like being breathed into me. I don't know if I can say it that way. I really just wanted to appreciate for it looks like a short time, but like you have actually said so much, and something hits me really deep, and that was just a comment I wanted to make because for me, like we used to say that, like you mentioned that like young leaders are the young ones are the leaders of tomorrow. And yes, I used to say, oh, I'm a part of Africa's solution and all that. But there was something that you said that there are categories of people that are still like part of the problems of a nation. The first people
Mm.
are people that complain a lot, and I don't even think I really fall in that category because I mean, like, word of faith person, so I'm like, oh, I will not complain. Nigeria is blessed and all that. But I think I now fall into the second category where, like, okay, you don't really want to spot the problem. You're just trying to use faith to say, oh, Nigeria is blessed, Nigeria is blessed. But there's a problem, and like if God would even
I think
give
our
me a
network is
solution to
bad.
the problem. Oh, you
Carry on, I'm
cannot hear
listening.
me.
No, I'm listening.
Okay,
I'm
thank
listening.
you.
Carry on.
Yes, sir. So, like, if God would even give you a solution to the problem, you must first come to terms with the fact that there's actually a problem. God,
Mhm.
like, what part of the problem would you have me solve? And I know that there are certain things that have been in my mind as touching different issues in Nigeria, like policy formulation. I've even taken courses around it and all, but that deep interest to now really pursue it and do more things around this is where, like, I just pegged it. So saying that really, like, just struck back that thing back to me, and I
Mm.
just want to say thank you very much. I'm deeply grateful. This is truly life transforming. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for saying that, Johnson, Elizabeth. I really, really want you to go beyond thanking me because I'm not going to use your thanks to buy Semo tomorrow. But you know what will really help me is if you do something about it. You get what I'm saying? It's action that makes the difference. I've been with people that speak too much. Oh, thank you so much. They all glaze you and all, but they don't do anything. They just go back and sit down. Those people are like the millions of crowds that are watching a football match. They can't do anything about it, but they are content with watching. Whatever is the result, they will go and fight about it. You get it? They will see somebody say Chelsea has won. Say we won last year, this and that. But you didn't do anything. You were in your room, bro. You know, but he will not do anything about it. Oh, there is something. Nigeria is corrupt. Everybody is shouting. You are shouting too in your room. So stand up and go to work on time. You will not. Gather people around you to vote for a right person. You will not. Um, Even without voting, start taking action to clean up your neighborhood so that the place, even if the road is not good, at least let the road be clean. You will not. But you will come, you will fight. If you see Igbo people, you will fight. Yoruba versus Igbo, you will come in. Hausa versus Yoruba or whatever, you are there. You know, that's where you are the fighter doing something. No, solving the problem for where it's too much for you. But talking about, you know, if you go online, you are typing something tribalistic. Yoruba people don't like this one. That's where they see you. You are fighting a lot. You like to fight. Yeah, that's where you come in. But to take action in resolving the problem, your phone will no longer be available. Those kind of people, avoid them. If you are that kind of person, change today. Be a part of the solution. Stand up, do something, no matter how small it is. Stand up, do something. If it means cleaning up your classroom, at least let it be what you are doing. That's helping because those classroom are your class members. They are from different parts of the country. They'll go home and say, there is an Elizabeth that cleans the classroom. That's impact, you know? Yeah. So somebody is asking, or me is asking, someone like me who has not been involved in an initiative, who has not been involved in an initiative formulated and taking action. Is he a suitable platform to get started without any prior skill? That's good. Now, this question is really, really, really good. Yeah, just pop in. Pop in. That's if you have never done anything before, we like you, come. Because the fact that you are beginning to ask questions shows that there are stirrings inside you. Even me that I'm talking now, when I was in first year in the university, I couldn't say anything. I was so shy because I didn't have anything to say. So part of what I did was I did a lot of reading. I read a lot of books on motivational speaking, public speaking, and then I started listening to others speak. I went to many night class to read books by um, Miles Monroe. I took Miles Monroe books. I took this man that speaks on wisdom, Steve Farrar's book, Point Man. I was reading many of them in ninth class. So whenever exams finish, I grab books and start reading so that I can expand my way I think about the world. And one of the things I also did was I gathered money. I went to these people that throw away books from their libraries. You know, when somebody dies, they have a library of books. So I bought all African writer series, Things Fall Apart, um, The Man Died, all of these things, Trials of Brother Jero. I bought all of them. I started reading them to expand my appreciation of African scholarship. Ngogi Wationgo, many of these guys, I read all of them. And that helped me to have a very balanced view of the world and understand many things. People talk to me from different parts of the world, and I can relate because I actually went to read about it. And so if you don't know anything, haven't done anything before, come and join us. You will learn a lot with us. I don't know if there is any question. How do we manage ourselves as upcoming leaders without bringing ourselves down while solving problems? I think that you just have to take action. When you make a mistake, that mistake will humble you and you continue. Yeah, that's how I think you can do that. Somebody is saying, I feel like time is ticking and I haven't done enough. How do I overcome this pressure? The only way to overcome it is to start. If time is ticking and you're under pressure and you're still in your house, more time will be ticking. You know, it's not, you won't get less time, you get more time. Like today now is the 30th of June. Tomorrow will be 1st of July. If you didn't do anything in June, July has come. You still be having pressure and July will finish. One of the things that doing will humble you is that you know that doing things is hard. Actually doing things is really hard. You can ask any of them that help to put this thing together. They will tell you. They've been running around today. You know, they've been running around because doing things is hard. Making things happen is hard. You know what's not hard? Just sitting in your room. Very easy. You don't even need to do anything. Actually trying to make a change is hard because you have to convince people. Some of them don't want to be convinced. You know, you have to do things, you have to talk, you have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to spend money if you can. But yeah, doing things is really hard. I sense and I know my name that there is more I should be doing on leadership. I feel stuck. How do I identify the next step? Well, be there tomorrow, Olamide, and join this PFF leadership network if you can. And that is one way to start. That is also one way to start discovering your path. I'm answering your third question. But there is no way out of doing. You can't, you must do. I'm serious. You must do. You must do. If you don't do, your low self-esteem will continue because you've not been challenged by action. But I want to assure you that when you do the first thing, you feel very happy with yourself. You can do more. If you do the second thing, you feel very happy with yourself. You can do another one. If you have somebody like you hear of Okonjo Iweala, she's all up there. Her parents are rich, this and that. But you can plan in the next 30 years, you will be in her position. It starts from now, the actions you are taking right now. And I can say this many times in many ways, but I really, really wish that everyone that listens to this conversation will be able to step out and take action. It's already late. We've gone past the time. And so I'm going to stop talking now. I will stop sharing my screen. And I really hope to see you all tomorrow at the place we have chosen, which is, I think the venue is in, our venue is in Center for Excellence. And you are going to see, we are going to send you invitation on what to do and how to get there. And please follow the invitation. As I mentioned, you can come with one person. We are going to give you a palliative, but that palliative is based on a first come, first served. If you come on time, you get your palliative. If you come with one person, you and them get a palliative. A palliative, we have rice, spaghetti, all those things just to help you have food to eat during your exam period. But dress very well and be ready to listen to Professor Fatus. Come with your pen, your paper, be able to listen. And yeah, that's it. I want to thank you all for your time. I know you are students, you have to go back to reading your books. And on that basis, I'm going to yield back to Chineye to give the final comment and have us go back on our way.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this insightful session. Thank you for breaking down leadership to, the barest form that we all can understand it. Thank you so much. If you got value tonight, I wanted to put in your thank you, put in your clapping emoji, and then, just like I said, this is just a tip of the iceberg. It just gave you like the texting. When you come tomorrow, you will take the full dose. So this is just the testing. So as you're coming, make sure that you come with one person as we are instructed, and then for everyone in the group, please ensure you avail yourself at the venue. The venue is a very beautiful place. Is very, very, very beautiful. It's as if it was made specially for kings and queens, and it is, because that hall, we went to the deepest to get it for you. So you just cannot tell us what you are going to get tomorrow. The value, someone say it's shock. It's shock. Oh. So please, 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 please ensure you are there tomorrow. So without wasting much of our time, that will be all for now. Every other instruction will be sent to the group chat, the time, the venue, everything. Even while coming, if you are confused, you can just put a call me or any of the admins, or chat us up for directions. But in case you don't reply, please call, because you might be busy. Just call and we'll be giving directions. But I'll try my possible best to put out the directions today by morning. So please expect further instructions in your mail, on the WhatsApp group chat. Thank you so much for availing yourself. I'm glad we are able to value for our time. So we'll be ending this for today while we prepare, so that we can prepare for the main session tomorrow. So I wish us all the best in our exams, though. I wish us all the best. I wish us all the best in our endeavors. Please start where you are, start small where you are. You don't have to wait for a certain